All right, hello. We are group two. We're doing a presentation on Dish Delight. I'm Chris Charles. We also have,
I'm Lola.
And I'm Christian.
and we're going to be doing our presentation real quick. So first things first.
Okay, thank you very much, Chris. So for the abstract, we really wanted this delight to be like a fun way to fulfill like the project requirements for this class. And our goal with the whole project was really to create a place where we could put all of our favorite recipes into one place. That's the idea that really resonated with the entire group. And for the recipes, we decided to basically sort all the recipes into like five categories. And we have pasta, soups, desserts, crock pots, and even some casseroles. We really believe there's something for everybody, and we really had a great time working through in this project.
And to introduce this is our home page. If you choose a nice big hero section that gets the main point across. We also have a featured recipes section, and this is going to highlight the more popular recipes on the site. And probably the most important part about the hero section is highlighting the purpose for the website.
This is just a snippet of the HTML that was used for our website. The left-hand side is a picture of what one of the categories code looks like. All of the categories have the same code. They're all broken down into sections, and we further divided it all in each recipe into cards to display them. On the right side image, this is just an example of one of the recipes, but all the recipes follow the same outline, um, where it's all broken down into sections, the ingredients, the instructions, the buttons, and the footer where we provide the credits for where the websites were originally found.
And these are some code snippets of the CSS design. This is the code that styles each recipe page, as you can see here. We kind of separated the CSS in order to correspond with like uh, the section of HTML that it bothers or whichever web page it messes with. Let's see. A large part of the CSS design was creating these cards that you see here to display the recipe options. We wanted to do it in a way to where the text, the buttons, and the picture were all formatted to be understandable and visually appealing. And we also reused the same design for these to also display our team members in the About Us section.
Uh, so for the JavaScript design, going to this web page, what we wanted was a web page that had a level of interactivity, but mostly we wanted to focus on usable elements within the web page. Basically, we thought to ourselves, what if we were cooking the recipe right now and we needed to like print it, or we needed to go and check another recipe right away, like very easily. So, or just basically copy and paste it to a chat application. So because of this, what we decided was to basically implement JavaScript functions that really helped out with this. As you can see here, the JavaScript functions are designed so they work pretty in a very integrated way with the CSS division within the throughout the web page. So I'm happy to say that like we were able to achieve JavaScript code to be integrated throughout the entire page and with all the CS elements throughout the page. This is something that we really had to think about. I mean, thankfully we use GitHub to coordinate our contributions to the project repository, and I'm happy about what we achieved.
Expanding on what Christian said, our project is hosted on GitHub. It can be found under Roselia's /web programming project. That is my GitHub, and it's public. So if you would like to, you can go there, you can download it and view the web page and view the code. Because everything is hosted there, there was no need for a server or a database.
Okay, so sorry, in conclusion, we found that the HTML provided really the framework to outline the various sections that made up each web page. And from there, and I think Chris helped us do a really wonderful job here. The CSS made it really easy to keep a uniform theme throughout the project. And after that, implementing JavaScript really was the cherry on top, as it facilitated sharing the recipes throughout, like, basic throughout its copy to clipboard, printing, and back page functionalities. And generally, we found that using GitHub as a collaboration platform really made it easy for our team to work on the project without really needing to be next to each other. On top of that, we also use GroupMe to facilitate communication between team members. And because of this, we're really able to quickly and efficiently make suggestions and receive feedback.
And here are the references that we used. We're not great cooks, or at least I'm not. So most of these websites recipes were found online. We have Lola to thank for a lot of that. So we went ahead and just linked all the recipes that we found from different websites in our references.
For future work, on the project that includes deployment to the internet. Other features that we'd like to add is a form for visitors to share their favorite recipes with us, add even more recipes, and maybe include a comment section so visitors can share what they thought of the recipe if they did make it.
And here's just a few screen captures for the appendix portion. As you can see, we're going to go through this as well through the website, but the different cards and the categories and the recipe layout. Another recipe layout. As of right now, we'll go ahead and go to the website so we can present it. So right here on our homepage, we're going to have the hero section with a different font that we actually had to get from Google Fonts. And right here, we're going to have our featured recipes. We're going to have the title, the picture, the text, just a small one that kind of gives you the general attention grabbing sentence. And you can click on the read more to go to that actual recipe. But we'll go back to the home page real quick. And as you can see, we also have this really nice nav plot that Lola did a great job on. And we just found a different font to put the little title / logo of Dish Delight in the top right corner. And as you can see, when you hover above these different options, they turn red and the categories has a drop down section. So pretty cool. So this is going to be the categories page. And like we said, we have the category for soups, desserts, casseroles, crock pots, and pastas. If this was a bit more of a substantial project, we probably would have put a little bit more, maybe had a scroll wheel here. But as of for right now, we just put 3 recipes for each category. And just to go to the category or the About Us section. Now this is going to be about Dish Delight, so people can figure out what the main purpose of this website is, if they really want to care, or if they really care to find that information out, and about us and who maintains the website, and a little bit more personalized about us sort of section. And here you can read our little bios, and these will link to our GitHubs, which is pretty cool. And just to show you what some of the web pages for the recipes look like, you have your title with the main image portion, the ingredients portion, the instructions portion, and then the button bar, which will go ahead and print the page for you if you'd like. And copy the recipe to the clipboard and also go back. And I especially like this section right here. Sorry, let's go to where we linked to the original recipe location. If you click this button right here. And this is where the original recipe was found. And just to go through some of the code, we'll start with CSS just real quick, since that was what I heavily worked on. Except for the nav bar. Lola did a good job of working on this nav bar over here. Kind of a lot of work that I specifically didn't understand that part, so I'm glad she did it. This is mostly for the whole website as a whole. Body section, the home page section. So this is the formatting for the hero section and the text that goes over the image and how the image is formatted to fit on the web page. The featured section, the card container, and the different cards that are within that container. This is probably the part that took the longest for me specifically, is working on these cards. Button, card content. This is for the recipe section, which it was nice that this could be reused for all the recipe pages. Ingredients. And the About Us section, as you can see, they have their own sort of card container for the cards with the creator bios. And we can talk about a little bit about the home page for HTML for Lola, if you'd like.
So for the HTML, mainly it was just outlining each HTML page, including the recipes page, transferring over the recipes, making sure that all the pages had a nav bar, ensuring that things linked back to each other. That was pretty much it.
Right, and then filling in a lot of that information as well.
Yeah, and filling in a lot of the information that some of the other team members also helped with filling in the information.
Would you like me to go to the JavaScript portion?
Sure. So yeah, basically for the JavaScript portion, as I talked before in this presentation, I basically focus on building basic useful functionality for each one of the recipe pages. But it wasn't only doing the JavaScript, it was also making sure that the JavaScript was present in each and every single recipe website, and making sure that that the JavaScript linked into the recipe. And it took a little bit of course, it took some trial and error to make sure that, you know, the actual functionality described by the code was, you know, made sense with the use case. I mean, when I was I was discussing the functionality for the scripts pages, me, Chris, and Nola were talking about how necessary, like how these buttons were going to be used. So that was basically the biggest thing as well, to make sure that like it wasn't just simply like JavaScript functionality for the sake of having some JavaScript functionality, but also having functionality that really augmented the website. And I think Chris and Lola really helped me follow through that with their excellent web page and styling design.
And
Well,
so that is our demonstration. Thank you so much for watching our video.
Thank you very much for watching our video. It really was a pleasure to work on this project.
And be sure to message us for any questions you may have. Thanks.
Thank you very much.